right, yo, hit that thumbs up button, hit the notifications, get all of that. Try to get these next subs up, man. So, DL Hughley, once again, DL Hughley is proven to be paid for. DL Hughley's been brought off. DL Hughley ain't been a real one since probably the early 2000s when he had that bad show on UPN. Hit that like button. DL Hughley basically went in on Tim Scott. That was the dude that went out and said that, oh, America's not racist, blah, 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 blah. This is what he said.
America is not a racist country. It's backwards to fight discrimination with different types of discrimination. I'm an African American who's voted in the South my entire life. This is not about civil rights or our racial past. I get called Uncle Tom and the N-word.
He says he gets called Uncle Tom. So yeah, DL Hughley, of course, went in on that on his radio show, his liberal radio show. He went in and called Tim Scott all kind of shit.
Tim Scott, the junior senator from South Carolina, gave the rebuttal to Joe Biden's address to Congress, and of course, he is reliable as always. Every time I hear Tim Scott speak, I swear to God, I'm watching. I swear I'm watching. I think I'm watching the live version of the Cosby of a Fat Albert, Mushmouth. He was appointed at first as senator because they knew he would be reliable, and of course, he does not fail. A few months ago, a month or so ago, he said that wokeism is worse than racism. He said that. A senator from South Carolina, where a few years ago, a man walked into a church, Maranatha, and murdered 9 people. And you think banning a 6 Dr. Seuss books is worse?
Nah, look, yeah. Tim Scott, the Tim Scott thing is obvious. We know that, but Kamala Harris backed it up. Now, you know, that's the vice president. You know, she backed it up, and this is what she said.
Tim Scott said last night that America is not a racist country. Do you agree with that? And what do you make of his warning against fighting discrimination with more discrimination?
I believe that we need to address, well, first of all, no, I don't think America is a racist country, but we also do have to speak truth about the history of racism in our country and its existence today. And I
What was that? It's not racist, but it's what? Listen to
have to
this.
speak truth about the history of racism in our country and its existence today. And I applaud the president for always having.
So it exists. I mean, now, so is DL Hughley gonna come at her like he did? Oh, dude, I doubt it. You know he's not. Even Charlemagne gave her a little nudge on the Breakfast Club. This dude is not going to say anything. He's paid off, and he refuses to hold the Democrats to any type of standard, and he's poison as far as I'm concerned, because when you have influential, and yeah, you could say, even if you don't care for DL, you can't deny his influence. He has a cult audience. You know, everybody has them followers that you got on social media that like everything you say and whatever, retweet all your stuff. You know what I mean? He has a cult that follows him. They listen to his bum ass show every day and they hang on to his word. And when you do this and you hold no accountability to this party and you hold this crazy loyalty to this party for no real reasons attached to it other than a damn paycheck, you're putting out a bad message to the black people that do follow you, bro. Be honest and keep it a buck. Stop this filtered radio, this filtered journalism that's out here is sickening. This compromised journalism. You're not getting real news from these people. And speaking of that, the Breakfast Club milked out that Umar video. Shout out to my boy Stringer Bell. I told him but the day that Umar video dropped, I said, hey, yo, I bet you in 48 hours that shit gonna have 1 million views. It got like 2 million now. They milked that whole interview out, chopped it up in a bunch of clips. Of course, Angela Yee is always gone when Umar comes. I mean, I really would have liked to hear her stance when he talked about interracial relationships because she's a product of that. And she always, anytime somebody real conscious comes up there, if you notice, she always isn't around. She was there. How the fuck you show up to work, punch in, and then leave? I got something to do. I guess she had an appointment. She bounced. And Envy made himself look crazy with the whole, the cops, that shot the little girl, it was justified, and they had to put him in his place. I mean, even when Charlotte Coon is agreeing with Umar or somebody, you fucked up. But with that being said, DL got mad because the Umar clip went viral of him and his stance on interracial dating. And DL was like, he's insane. What's wrong with him? Blah, blah, blah. I said, look, y'all are thinking from an emotional, just pure relationship standpoint. in the movies and the fables, the story, Cinderella and all of that, yeah, it's supposed to be. And at one point, marriage, jumping the broom was all about love and just having that stability and a family and all that. Man, marriage is 50% love, 50% business nowadays. And I might be being nice by saying 50%. This is a business. I just had one of my dogs who got married a few years ago telling me, she said, bro, a lot of this is business. Yeah, you got to get you got to get a license. This is business. Y'all are one person on paper. You got joint accounts. If the shit flops, you got who's gonna get property assets, who's gonna get custody. This shit is business, dog. It's bigger than just I love you, you love me. This ain't no Martin and Gina shit. Everything ain't like that. And DL's it's his job to fucking put down anybody that's black that's has any kind of influence that's opposite of what he's pushing. So yeah, DL, I just want to know how much the check is, bro. Like I said, it's easy to call out Umar Johnson. Umar ain't got no clout. So I mean, you could call out Umar, call out one of these Democrats that's in the House. Call out Joe Biden, who keeps making every law in the world to protect everyone else but black folks. Call out Kamala. Call them out. No, you won't do that. You just gonna rag on Tim Scott, the obvious. It's easy to call out a butter biscuit eating, boot licking, shoe shining nigga like Tim Scott. Get somebody that you supported publicly and say, hey, look, I gotta hold you accountable. I gotta keep it real. You on that bullshit. And this is the same woman who turned down reparations real quick too. Oh no, Kamala Harris is full of shit. And Umar talked about her and her, Indian, her Indian ethnicity she's got and how they trying to make amends with India and, get tight with them. But it is what it is. Like I said, Umar kicks good shit. It's just the scamming, as far as the school and stuff like that. That's what gets people, that turns people off. But I'm like, if you could just never mind the school for just a little and just listen to what he's saying some good shit. If you could block the school out, for 30 minutes or whatever, you could get through and listen to some really good, intriguing conversation. Like I said, I knew the interview was going to do numbers. And definitely was going to ruffle some feathers. But like I say, it's amazing to me as much as people clown Umar and all of that and say he's a scammer, 2 million people watched. That was the most popular interview they've done in quite some time. And I knew that shit was going to pop. So, you're doing something right when you could get 2 million people to listen to you, scamming or no scamming. So it is what it is, man. Let me know what y'all think about DL Hughley, punk ass. Riding for the Democrats once again. You want to call out every goddamn body. Call out the clowns that you support. You want us to support these people and have given us no real reason to, other than they're the counterpart to the obvious racist people out here. They're the same. They all in the same boat, my brother. All of them. So let me know what y'all think, man. I'm out.